Hey, it's Cosmo Solutions 8, and today I want to walk you through what I believe to be is the perfect process for following up with inbound leads. Now, keep in mind, this is if you're in an environment where the inbound leads are bottom of the funnel. So this is high commercial intent key phrases that you're bidding on, or people that are ready to purchase, ready to make a decision, etc. If you're playing a top of the funnel game, so you're dealing with SEO leads or folks that are downloading lead magnets, this doesn't apply. So this is high commercial intent, lead generation. How do we follow up on folks that are ready to buy? So, it's everything from marketing agencies, professional services, mortgage processing plants, like anything that's has the potential to close. This is the follow-up system that you use. And incidentally, this is developed after working with hundreds, if not thousands of clients in the space and seeing what works the best. So a couple of notes here. Let me just move my face. We're breaking this down into 7 days. You get to decide whether or not this is 7 business days. Every industry and environment is different. With some businesses, it actually works a lot better if you make sure that you cascade into the weekend, because people might be a little bit more receptive to work or to answer a phone call. With some industries, that's a horrible idea. It really, this needs to be contextualized against your understanding of your market, your customer. So when we were in the real estate investment space, if you're not aware, we had the highest performing real estate investment campaign on the planet. I can prove that with data. Saturday and Sunday was a really good time to get in touch with people, because if they wanted to sell a house and they wanted to sell so quickly, chances are they had a lot of other things going on. They were ultra stressed, and they might not always answer the phone Monday through Friday per se. And so, calling on the weekends was great. In my business, I try not to. I'll email on weekends, but I wouldn't call because I think it's probably overstepping bounds. If somebody's interested in Google Ads, they can probably wait till Monday. Unless there's, penalization or something going on. So let's go through the process here specifically. Day one, as soon as the lead comes in, you call, and you call right out of the gate. They should be receiving an email. Generally speaking, this should be automated, but what I'm going to caution you against is automating this entire process just yet. There's a rule: test before you automate. So Bill Gates has a great quote. He says that automation applied to an inefficient system just maximizes the inefficiency. And maybe he said amplifies, but whatever word he used. The point being that you don't want to build a great big automated system yet. You can, and it's pretty easy to do, but right now, let's do it manually so you start to get a sense of the cadence and what's working, what's not. So somebody converts, they fill out a form, they call you, they download a lead magnet, they chat, they do whatever, a referral comes in, however it is that this prospect is engaged, they're bottom of the funnel lead, they get an email follow-up, and they get a phone call right away. You want to try to call within 5 minutes. A lead that's called, if you can get them on the phone within 5 minutes, you're 1,000 times more likely to qualify that lead. That's a real data point. 1,000 times more likely to qualify that lead. So as soon as the lead comes in, get them on the phone. And you might say, well, my business doesn't allow me. I'm out on the field, or I'm in the office, or I'm on an appointment, or I'm with a patient. I don't care. Your competitors can answer the phone. So find a way. If you got to hire a cold calling company or a lead intake company, if you got to hire a receptionist, assign this to somebody, get them on the phone right out of the gate. Send an email, call them. Now, hopefully, if you're doing this right, that's the end of the follow-up, because you got them on the phone and they're not qualified and you're walking them through your process. And make sure you know exactly what it is that you plan on having them do, by the way. Don't just get them on the phone and say, yeah, how can I help you? What you need to say is, I have a proven and proprietary process, and here's the next step that you need to take. You're always telling them the next step they need to take. So day one, email, call. Let's say that you don't hear back. Day two, you call once in the morning, once in the afternoon, or the early evening, again, depending on the temperament of your customers. If you're dealing in a personal space, like you're an esthetician, or if you're like dating consultants, for instance, best time for a dating consultant to get in front of anybody is Saturday, because it's Saturday and they don't have a date. So just give an example. But you want to call, you're going to spread the 2 phone calls apart, because folks that aren't available in the morning tend to be more available in the afternoon, and vice versa. And you need to figure out when this prospect is available. Don't leave voicemails. This is really important. If you leave a voicemail from an etiquette standpoint, you're putting the ball in their court. Hey, it's me. I want to talk to you. Hope you call me back. If you call again, now you're weird and creepy and a stalker. If you don't leave a voicemail, keep the ball. Ball's still in your court, so you get to follow up again. So day one, again, email right away, call right away, both within 5 minutes. Day two, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. Day three, another email. Don't just follow up with your email. Don't say, hey, are you still interested? Instead, you want to provide value. Hey, here's this really great checklist that I have. By the way, I wrote a book. You can find it on Amazon for $13. I'm going to give you the ebook version for free. I've attached it to this email. Or, hey, I noticed that you engaged with this page. I thought you'd be interested in this thing. So make sure that you're providing value. And then at the very end, ask a question. So, out of curiosity, a lot of people that engage with this have had their ad campaigns penalized. Are you dealing with that right now? Question mark. And then say nothing else. Just sign off. And normally when a human being is asked a question, it's really rude not to answer. So this is a good opportunity for you to achieve some level of feedback. Don't mention the fact that you called. Doesn't matter. Day 4, you're going to do the same call cadence again. Don't leave a voicemail. You're going to start to notice people are more receptive to answering the phone calls on day 4 and 6 because they start to recognize the phone number. You see the same number call you over and over again. The first time you think, oh, it's spam. And the second time it's like, wow, this is a very rambunctious solicitor. But after a while, if they've seen your phone number show up in their caller ID a couple of times, and some phones will actually tell you the quantity of calls that have come in, they might start thinking about answering. Day 5, another email, more value. You can provide case studies if you want to. I think sometimes that tends to be a little bit presumptuous. I like showing, how-tos. We have my business partner wrote a book on finding a Google Ads agency, the ultimate guide to finding the best Google Ads agency. So I send that as day 3, and then day 5, we send out the checklist associated with that lead magnet. What's nice is I get to refer back to it. I get to say, oh, you know what? Hey, remember that book that I sent you a few days ago? I completely forgot. There's a checklist that goes along with the book. And now what's going to happen is they're going to be like, oh, I didn't get the book. Let me go check that out. That sounds really interesting to me. Day 6, 2 more calls. This time, for the last time, you're going to leave a voicemail. And you let them know, hey, I've been trying to get a hold of you. I haven't been successful. I don't want to bug you. We're not that type of business. So I'm gonna leave you alone. If you don't mind, I'll keep you on our lists for, because we send valuable information out to people, but I promise to stop stalking you. However, if you're still interested in chatting, I'm still really interested in connecting with you. So give me a call back. Here's my phone number. Can't wait to talk. And then day 7, you're going to send the breakup email. I've got what I think is a funny breakup email. And it's a template that I actually stole from a client of mine. As most things go, I call it the "Did you fall down" email. And I say, hey, haven't heard from you in a while, which in my experience generally means one of 3 things. Either 1, you're all set with Google Ads and I should stop bothering you. 2, you're still interested but haven't had time to get back to me yet. Or 3, you've fallen and can't get up. And in that case, let me know and I'll call someone to help. Please let me know which one and I'll act accordingly. And the subject line is, did you fall down? ? That tends to get a pretty high open rate. It gets a chuckle out of people. And then what's nice is you've given them 3 options to choose from, and hopefully they choose an option that's relevant to you. So I hope this helps you. If you send the breakup email and you don't hear back, if this is churn and burn, if you're in an environment where they need to buy, then I would go invest your time somewhere else. Put them in your long-term follow-up. Make sure they're getting regular emails on a weekly or monthly basis, but move on. You might need to adjust this cadence according to your sales cycle. You might say, hey, they're at the bottom of the funnel, but my sales cycle, I'm buying timeshares from people. It usually takes 30 or 40 days for them to even make a decision. That's fine. So spread this out a little bit further. Just depending on what your sales cycle looks like and what the receptivity of your prospect looks like. And that's all I got. If you keep watching, please, if you don't mind, we're shooting one of these videos every single day. So, give me a little thumbs up if you liked it. Feel free to share this with anybody you think it's going to be valuable. Because we're shooting it every day, if you want to get notified, go ahead and subscribe, and then you can hit that little bell. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, because if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, that means that I can go live in my videos, which is what I really want to do. So if you can help me get there, I'd really be grateful. I promise the videos are going to be nothing but quality. I hope, anyway. And if you have any questions, hit me in the comments. If you have any ideas, hit me in the comments. And I'd love to know your inbound lead follow-up process. So if you've got one that's better than mine, or you notice that I misspelled inbound here, that's really funny, then hit me up. Let me know. I'm interested in hearing from you, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.